New York Jets release Leveon Bell. That's a weird way to spell Adam Gase. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. When nobody wants to play for your organization, maybe you should stop releasing the players and release the coach. Perna. The New York Jets have cut ties, and from what I can tell, suits with disgruntled running back Leveon Bell. He's now free to sign anywhere his heart desires, as the Jets' stalwart front office clearly could not get anything for his services in a trade. I think it's safe to say Leveon Bell is very happy. After the release, he just tweeted prayer hands. And emoji prayers are now the only prayers God seriously considers answering. On the other side, the devil is waiting for anyone who King Henry plants through the earth straight into the depths of hell. Big time show today. We've got Aqib Talib, who joined Wilkies and I on our podcast, and he is giving me one reason to not hate Tom Brady. He also revealed what he thought makes a good head coach in the NFL, which, in criticizing Adam Gase, as I will do in this episode, seems relevant to this show, even though we weren't discussing Gase specifically in the interview. I'll be posting the full episode on my second channel, That's Good Broncos, so make sure you sub there if you want podcasts with elite guests. And of course, sub to Aqib's new channel, Call to the Booth. Call to the Booth with Aqib Talib. Whew. That's good sports. Did you ever imagine you could live in a world where going to getroman.com/thatsgood could help you with erectile dysfunction? Like many of my jokes on this show, it can be awkward or embarrassing to talk about erectile dysfunction. Roman.com fixes both of those things for you by providing a discreet, straightforward process to meet with a healthcare professional to help find you the best treatment plan possible. Now, I just had a baby, so I never want to have sex again, but if a healthy sex life is something eluding you, just go to getroman.com/thatsgood to get $15 off of your first order of ED treatment, a free online visit, and free 2-day shipping. That's getroman.com/thatsgood for $15 off of your first order. getroman.com/thatsgood. I said it 3 times because that's how much I care about your penis. My penis in this episode, sponsored by Roman. All right, before we get to Leveon Bell, here's me asking Aqib Talib about Tom Brady. I'm a notorious Tom Brady hater, all right?
Oh, man.
Unapologetically. But what I want from you is give me one reason why some average asshole fan should respect Tom Brady. I just need one good reason for me to not be such a hater. Damn. Technically, that's 6 reasons, Aqib. So it did not change my mind. Just got trolled again.
It's so hard to even get to the tip. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let alone you come away with 6 wins. Man, that's unheard of, man. So me being 1-1 in the Super Bowl, man, and I just know how much preparation it takes, how much time it takes to be playing in February. And he done did it. He done played in February 9 times. He done won in February 6 times. That's unheard of, man. He's doing something right. You gotta know he's doing something right.
Well, I don't know if that changes my mind, but I respect your opinion. The New York Jets, who have become accustomed to eating L's, will now eat about $6 million in dead cap space to rid themselves of a talented running back only Adam Gase couldn't figure out how to use. I mean, as an offensive head coach, what is he supposed to do with a guy who can run and catch when he has 86-year-old Frank Gore on the roster? Bell returned to the field this last weekend after returning from IR and received 1 passing target in the game. No, Adam does not ruin everything. Joe Flacco ruins some of those things too. Le'Veon Bell should look no further than what former Jets receiver Robbie Anderson is doing with the Carolina Panthers to be excited about finding a new team. Anderson is on pace to set career bests in yards and receptions. Or Bell could take a gander at Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee. Tanny is 4-0, playing near immaculate football, now that he's had his Gase dismissed. This stat shows Adam Gase was the only thing preventing Ryan Tannehill from being better than Patrick Mahomes. Just like when Mahomes dislocated his knee on a QB sneak, Tannehill nearly did the same thing on a touchdown celebration. Those two quarterbacks are exactly similar. Tannehill also had a 23-yard run on Tuesday Night Football, which is longer than any run Le'Veon Bell has had in his short stint with the Jets. Now, while I do believe Le'Veon's career bests are behind him, I think he could help some football teams get better in the backfield this season. The good news for Jets fans is this: you get to watch football. Remember, we didn't think football was going to happen this season. And now you can watch your franchise hit rock bottom in real time. I know that's not ideal, but there are lots of people on this earth who love seeing a train wreck. Embrace the train wreck watching, Jets fans. Embrace having a GM holding on to a head coach that not a single human on this earth believes in, while any talent you have left on your team is given away or traded for spare parts. Again, I don't know how good Le'Veon Bell is right now, but he was the best running back on your fucking team. Again, no offense to Frank Gore. I already stated that you deserve better on Twitter, Frank. Speaking of coaching, here's Aqib Talib telling me and Will what works with head coaches in the league.
What was it about Wade Phillips, you think, that got guys to play for him and gravitate towards him when, like, younger coaches we've seen fail make that connect with guys in the locker room?
I think Wade grew up in the locker room, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Would you say that?
Yeah.
Grew up in the locker room,
yeah.
right? I mean, I can imagine. I think by him just growing up in the locker room, he got a great feel for the locker room, man. He got a great feel for the vibe. You know what I'm saying? And it's natural to him, man. He's like a locker room guy. You see, coming in, kick it with us, man. And I think the biggest thing is, man, guys respect him putting you in position to make plays, man.
Right.
If you're a man corner, he won't have you playing cover 2 all day. If you're a cover 4 corner, a zone corner, he won't have you playing man all day. He lets you do what you do best. And that's what the players really love about him, man. He sets you up to succeed, man. He's the best point guard in the world. He throws great alley-oops, man, and all we do is dunk him. You know what I'm saying? So,
you think that's like kind of true for all of like the very good coaches, is they recognize what players do well and then they have them do that thing instead of asking them to do shit?
I mean, some coaches, you know, some coaches bring other stuff to the table. Maybe they're just a great leader. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily putting me in position to make plays, but the way they lead, I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a real leader of the game, and I really love it. You know what I'm saying? So coaches could bring different stuff to the table. Maybe they just relate to the players or you know what I'm saying? It could be anything, man. But Wade Phillips, man, he sets you up for success at all times, man. And guys like me and TJ and Chris, we love that, man. You know what I'm saying? We love that. How can we not?
Putting players in a position to succeed and leadership. 2 things we have never seen Adam Gase do. Adam Gase never liked the Le'Veon Bell signing, and instead of embracing the unique talent he had to work with, he forced Bell to try and be something he isn't: a bad running back. Now, I will give you a few teams I think that would make sense for Le'Veon Bell. The New York Giants, only because he won't have to find a new apartment. And once you have a place in New York City, you leave it when you die. Better, though, might be the Arizona Cardinals, who haven't gotten much out of Kenyon Drake. I like the idea of defenses having to cover Bell or Chase Edmonds or Kyler Murray coming out of the backfield. Plus, DeAndre Hopkins can welcome Le'Veon Bell with open arms and relate to the joys of escaping a terrible head coach. Plus, he'll never get cold in Arizona showing off his midriff. A new breaking team. Now that Broncos running back Melvin Gordon has been arrested for a DUI, send Le'Veon Bell to Denver. What a bad move by Melvin Gordon. At least wait a year or two with the new team before you get a DUI, Melvin. You gotta earn our trust first. Another team for Le'Veon Bell, the Chicago Bears. The Bears are 4-1, even though they haven't gotten much out of their running backs thus far. The best way to help Nick Foles stay girthy would be to give him a safety valve coming out of that backfield. I actually think this fills a huge void for the Bears, but the question there is, can any running back have success behind that offensive line right now? Another fit for Bell, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let bygones be bygones. And I know, he forced his way out of there years ago. And I know the Steelers have already said they are not interested. But the Steelers are 4-0, and Bell could be the skill position guy that puts them over the top to absolutely dominant. He and Ben have chemistry in the passing game, and he'd be making an instant upgrade moving from one of the worst offensive lines in the league to one of the best. It is literally the absolute best fit for Bell that won't happen. Now here's something about that Titans and Bills game. What is this? Those are my lips coming off of Josh Allen's butt. Although I did enjoy kissing it for 4 weeks, luckily dual threat quarterback Ryan Tannehill has plenty of real estate on his cheeks available for me to latch onto and never let go. Not only did Tannehill look faster than Josh Allen, he possesses a skill you can't teach. Fooling the referees into thinking you're behind the line of scrimmage when you're not even close. Give me a deceptively cheaty quarterback any day of the week. Despite the Titans not having played for roughly 3 months, they handed the Bills their first loss of the season thanks to a stiff arm so ferocious, Josh Norman thought he was playing for the Panthers again. I mean, Derrick Henry after the game said he's been doing too many bicep curls and that he needs to lay off. I disagree. Josh Norman might be the guy who gets laid off today. Henry is so strong that he underestimates his own strength. That is something I literally have never had happen to me. The Bills' defense was bad. Josh Allen looked like a rookie again and threw 2 picks to Malcolm Butler, setting up a couple Tennessee touchdowns. Now, beating the Bills at home is the only big test the Titans have passed in weeks. And did the Titans just accidentally prove that NFL teams don't need to practice at all during the season to be successful? Now here, back to Monday Night Football, is something about the Chargers and Saints. Justin Herbert became the first rookie quarterback to throw 4 touchdowns on Monday Night Football. Unfortunately for the Chargers, it didn't really matter because they ended up blowing yet another 17-point lead for the second straight week and fell to 1-4 after Badgley missed a PAT and a field goal. So did Justin Herbert become the first rookie quarterback to throw 4 touchdowns on Monday Night Football and also lose? Probably. Justin Herbert is maybe the most impressive quarterback to lose his first 4 games I've ever seen. Now, Ryan Leaf won his first 2 starts with the Chargers, so clearly it doesn't mean shit when you're a rookie. The Chargers went from Leaf to Brees to Rivers to Herbert, which is a huge tell in terms of what Chargers scouts prioritize in quarterback evaluations. They will only draft QBs whose last name is one with nature. A leaf falls when a strong breeze blows through the valley that was carved by a rivers where wild herbs grew at its banks. And a guy with the last name Banks is who the Chargers probably draft in 13 or 14 years. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I do football videos all the time. I always get really sweet guests like Aqib Talib on my show about once every 8 years, so make sure you stay tuned for that.